so many strivers feel the pressure to cave in, and why relapse is such an important part of this journey that we're all on when we want to become alcohol-free as fuck and live a self-led life, right? Because when we cave in, we're not just craving alcohol, we're craving approval. We're craving belonging, validation, and belonging and validation in a tribe gives us safety. And this is what happens when we live what I call an outside-in life, when your enoughness is in other people's hands.
The birds are tweeting outside. It is Saturday. Most people are in the pubs getting drunk. I'm here delivering you your daily piece of goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, you do not drink alcohol because you like the taste. You drink because deep down, you don't feel like you are enough without it. Let that land. You don't drink because it's fun. You drink because you've been taught by culture, by the tribe, by the liquid lie that without alcohol, you are no fun, you are not lovable, you are not worthy, and you are not safe. And the day you decide to become alcohol-free as fuck, that is the day when the world starts trying to prove you right, that you are weird, that you are different, that you are not enough. And that is exactly why today's episode matters heaps. Hello everybody, my name is Davy. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am someone who lives a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck, and I spend every waking moment of that life helping other people do the same, like right now. I want you to think about the last time you felt completely enough. No performance, no achievement, no applause, just enough by simply existing. Now ask yourself this, did alcohol help you feel that way? Or did it help you avoid feeling like you weren't? This episode today is a continuance of our Strive Method series where we share some of the concepts we cover inside the method. And today we're talking about the idea of enoughness. Because if you can't face the truth of your own enoughness, the liquid lie will own you lock, stock, and two smoking barrels forever. Okay? Now, where did the concept of enoughness come from? How did it come across my radar? It was reading The Gifts of Imperfections by Brené Brown, and it is a concept that we cover in the stuck phase of the Strive Method, which is month 1 in our vulnerability week, right? And Brené Brown, she is the queen of courage herself, okay? And she teaches that shame is the birthplace of perfectionism, addiction, and the endless hunger to be liked, the approval that we need, right? And if you've ever tried to be alcohol-free as fuck and felt the judgment, the cold shoulder, the snide remarks, the ridicule from your drinking buddies, then you know exactly what I am talking about. You see, alcohol is not just a drink. It is not just a liquid, right? It is a cultural contract. It is a tribal ritual, a safety blanket. And when you walk away from that contract, you're not just rejecting alcohol, you're rejecting everything that it says, right? That you're not enough unless you drink. So it's no wonder that so many strivers feel the pressure to cave in, and why relapse is such an important part of this journey that we're all on when we want to become alcohol-free as fuck and live a self-led life, right? Because when we cave in, we're not just craving alcohol, we're craving approval. We're craving belonging, validation, and belonging and validation in a tribe gives us safety. And this is what happens when we live what I call an outside-in life. When your enoughness is in other people's hands, where the louder your internal shame gets, the more you drink just to shut it up. But there is another way. Right, we're going to take a short break. And I want you to breathe and ask yourself, whose voice told you that you weren't enough without alcohol? And whose approval are you still chasing? Welcome back to the 1000 Days Sober podcast. And before the break, we explored how not feeling enough leads you straight back into the arms of alcohol every damn time. So what's the way out? You flip the script. You stop asking the world to tell you you're enough and you start living like you know you already are. And that's what we do in Strive. We teach you to live the inside out life. A life where you say, I am enough. I am perfectly imperfect. I don't need alcohol. I don't need applause. And I don't need approval to know my worth. And this isn't woo woo, right? This is neurobiology. When you live in self energy, your shame has nowhere to land. When you shift from sustained talk, I've always been this way, to change talk, I'm ready for something new, you take your power back. And we do this through understanding your parts, by meeting the inner child who felt like he had to drink to belong, by finding the teenage girl who thought that alcohol made her lovable, by helping them all see they were enough before the bottle ever touched their lips. This is not about being confident. It's about being courageous, because the liquid lie will whisper in your ear until the day you die, you are not enough without me. And I really need you to whisper back, I already am. Okay, today's daily vow. Today I will not drink because I am enough, brothers and sisters. Without the buzz, without the performance, without the drink in my hand, the party around me, or the likes on my posts, I'm not missing anything. I am remembering everything. As you go about the world today, please reflect on these little snippets of introspection. What would it look like to live from the belief, I am enough? Where does shame still drive your drinking behavior? And who taught you that you weren't enough? And do they still get to decide that? Have a little think about that. If you want to share with me, you can find me on social media at LeeDavyCoaching, or you can email me directly at thestrivemethod at thestrivemethod@gmail.com. Okay, that's all I got time for today. I'll be back tomorrow as usual on the dot. If this episode landed for you, please rate and review it. It really, really helps us. Go to your podcast player, press that 5-star review, one if you think it's garbage, and just let people know how this podcast is helping you, okay? It will help other people find it. Subscribe so you never miss a moment. And if you are ready to learn more about our Strive method, to go through the workshop on enoughness, and to learn how to develop that trait within you and to live the inside out life, you want to take the Strive method, our 6-month powerhouse workshop that helps you become alcohol free as fuck and live a self-led life. So get over to our website, thestrivemethod.com, and sign up for that. Until tomorrow, much love, strive on, and remember, today, when you have the part in your mind telling you that you need to drink, remind it that you are enough and you always have been without alcohol. All right? You've got this. Much love and strive on.